In this video, I will be visiting East Kilbride. Scotland's first and most successful new town. It was designated a new town on the 6th of May 1947, one of 5 new towns created in Scotland after the Second World War to alleviate housing shortages. The others were Irvine, Cumbernauld, Livingston and Glenrothes. The East Kilbride Development Corporation was extraordinarily successful in attracting investment to East Kilbride from 1947 until it was wound up in 1995. Well over 500 businesses, including Rolls-Royce and Motorola, were established in East Kilbride during this time. The dispersal of civil service jobs in the Inland Revenue, the Department for International Development and the National Engineering Laboratory was to East Kilbride's benefit as well. Since 1947, its growth from a tiny village has been rapid, and today it is Scotland's 6th largest town. One of the things that made East Kilbride distinctive was its open plan housing. A major aim was to keep heavy traffic away from residential areas, and it was said that no primary school child had to cross a main road to get to and from their school. Another striking feature of East Kilbride was the high-rise tower blocks. And then the roundabouts, the famous roundabouts. East Kilbride's CB radio name was Polo Mint City because of the roundabouts. When the new town of East Kilbride was first built, the architects and planners had modernist ideas and an almost utopian vision of what a town in the future should look like. One building that opened in 1968, which still retains for me its futuristic look, with its cantilever shape, is the Dahle and Baths. Another building built in 1968 and happily still surviving is the Stewart Hotel. This is centrally located on the doorstep of the main shopping centre. I find it a very attractive building. But here's the thing. Even though the new town has had a short history, many of the early major landmarks have been demolished. Many of the buildings built in the 1960s may have looked good, but they had fundamental faults in both the materials and the techniques used to construct them. Others fell into a state of disrepair. The Stewart Hotel, Athol House, the Inland Revenue Centre 1 Tax Office Queensway House, perhaps the iconic East Kilbride landmark, have all sadly disappeared. Most of the schools too have either gone or have been rebuilt. Behind me in the distance is the East Kilbride shopping centre. It is the largest indoor shopping centre in Scotland. It's made up of several different malls, and if shopping is your thing, you should come here. This is the Hunter Memorial. The brilliant brothers William and John Hunter are the most distinguished figures in the history of East Kilbride. William Hunter became an obstetrician and Professor of Gynecology at the Royal Academy. John Hunter became an anatomist, and he's been called the father of modern British surgery, and he's buried in Westminster Abbey. Now in the old village. Here you get a sense that you're in a very different world from the new town that surrounds us. It is thought that there has been a village here for at least 1,000 years. I'm sitting in front of the Montgomery Arms. This was a coaching inn in previous centuries, and it dates back to 1656. Here is the Laupenstein, a block to assist mounting and dismounting from a horse. The James Hamilton Heritage Park dates from the 1990s. At its heart is a 16-acre loch. To walk around the loch is a fine, pleasant walk of about 3/4 of a mile. The park has a bird sanctuary, 2 adventure playgrounds, and there are opportunities for water sports. The park is overlooked by the impressive Mains Castle. This dates back to the 15th century. It was restored in 1986 and is now privately owned.